Hello everybody and welcome to my podcast JustDelphineKnit. For those that are new, I will shortly introduce myself. I'm Delphine, I live in Belgium. I'm a project engineer in a pharmaceutical company by day and a knitter by night. Or something like that. This is my podcast where I talk about a lot of knitting related stuff. So I'm looking forward to show you a lot of things. I did finish some things. I have some whips. I'm only showing my active whips, and I also have some older stuff that I want to show you and some plans for the future. So let's get started. The first thing that is a finished object is what I'm wearing. So I'll just stand up. Yeah, this might not be the best trousers to show this, but well, you know what I mean. So this is my Piazza tee from Sari Nordlund. It was a test knit, but I only needed to finish one sleeve and the yoke, and I did on time. But then it only needed a last sleeve by last podcast. But yeah, since it's cabled and it's not just brainless of mindless knitting, I was waiting for a complete day off to be able to finish it, and I did. So last month we had a long weekend at the coast here in Belgium because it was a national holiday, so I was able to finish it. It was actually only 4 hours of knitting, but I was really glad I could finish it. This is made in bamboo jazz from Atelier Veritas. Veritas is a Belgian shop. It has a lot of shops actually in Belgium, and they also have their own brand. Bamboo jazz is a mixture of 50% bamboo and 50% cotton, so it's really a summer yarn and I like it. It's soft. Well, I think it will hang. That's why you can see on my trousers I'm wearing linen trousers today. That it's slightly too short for these trousers, but I assume like by wearing it will still sag a bit. So I think bamboo and cotton both do that, so I assume it will. But next to that, this is the perfect length for my jeans and my white trousers, as you can see on the picture I will pop here. But today I'm working from home, so I have a little bit more comfortable trousers to wear than just jeans or white trousers, which wouldn't survive a day, I assume. So I'm really happy with this top. It's of course not a beginner top. It's completely cables, but I really like knitting cables because you really can see your garment grow. This is the first time I'm making a garment in the round with cables. So I have knitted cables a lot of times in the past, but that was when I was still seaming my garments. Thank God I discovered that you don't need to seam a garment. You can just knit in the round. But this is the first time I did it, and because of the sleeves and how they are made, like you first have to knit flat and then in the round. So it was a little bit of thinking to switch for the chart, but once I was into the chart, it was really easy to remember the chart actually. So I really like the pattern. It also has bubbles. That's not really my thing, so I think I will remake this shirt later in another yarn, but then without the bubbles, because that's not really my style, I guess. But I'm fine with it for this one, but I won't make any bubbles anymore soon, I guess. So that's my first finished object. I think I will wear it next week to go to the Knit and Knot Fair, which is a knitters fair in the Netherlands, just yeah, not that far from the border, so it's perfect for Belgian people that live north. So I think I'll wear this, although since it has sleeves it might not be ideal for the temperatures they predict, but I do think it will be more suitable for a fair than something that doesn't have sleeves. So that's my first finished object. And that weekend I was finishing a lot of stuff, and I finished another test knit, which is this one. Just have a look. Yeah. So this is the Anu top from Brei Belly. It's made in Sira, which is a mixture of bamboo and silk. Really, really soft actually. So this test knit has ended last week. I was able to finish this 2 weeks before. Well, 2 weeks before today, not 2 weeks before the deadline. But the pattern will be released tomorrow. Today is Friday the 5th of August, and tomorrow this will be released on Ravelry. By the time you're watching this, most likely it will already be released. So I will pop the link below once it's released, so that you can find it easily. I really enjoyed knitting this. It's a lot of stockinette and then a lace pattern at the side, and I-cord straps actually. I met Isabel from Ravelry on the Worldwide Knit in Public Day in Antwerp. She's a really nice designer. It's nice to get to know a designer and talk with her. So I really learned a lot about the designing process and tech editing, etc. So I really have a lot of respect for designers. I already had before, but I even have more now. So it was really nice to meet her. I could also see this top in real life, so that's really nice. And that really convinced me to apply for the test. And I'm really happy I did, because now I have a really nice top. I finished this one, I think, on Thursday, and I wore it on Saturday because I had my blocking mats with me to the coast to be able to wear it. So I'll pop some pictures as well. Although the image quality and the clearness of the pictures might not be ideal, but this is the top. What could I say more about it? So I think it's not a pattern for your first pattern ever, but it's not really difficult. For the triangles I had to think, like it wasn't really into detail written down or something, but she improved that section, so don't worry about that. But it's sometimes a little bit thinking, but it doesn't harm us to think, I believe, so that's great. I only had to frog like a really small part of one of the triangles, so that's fine. Last time I only had like 1 centimeter of ribbing, so I've knit this completely since then. The pattern is available, I'm not sure, I think until extra large, but she's expanding the size range as well. So there will be more sizes in the future. I heard a lot of small designers saying that it's really expensive and time consuming to have all the sizes at once, and they're really doubting to wait for all the sizes or go in pieces. And I really appreciate that they will have more sizes, but yeah, I really understand that they're doing it step by step, because if you first have a test knit for a small amount of sizes, then you already know a lot of things about your pattern, and you can already improve it for the bigger sizes or smaller sizes, depending on the range you're designing for. So I think she's really nice, and she will be more size inclusive, even more size inclusive in a few, I don't know, weeks or something. I have absolutely no idea about the timing, but they are testing it now in the bigger sizes, so that's great. So, my second finished objects. And then I have 2 pairs of socks. These are DK weight socks. I knit them on Magic Loop. This is Meilenweit 6-fach, so 6 threads, tweed. I have used the DK weight pattern from Crazy Sock Lady, and these will be a gift for, I don't know, Christmas or something, because they're really wintry socks, of course. Yeah, I like them, because DK weight socks seem so fast if you compare them to normal weight socks. I don't have a lot to tell about it, because it's just a plain vanilla sock, but I enjoyed making them. And then my last info, socks again, are these Ruffle socks. This is a pattern from, I will prove that I have 2. A pattern from Summerly. I have the basic shortie set, and it's one of those patterns. This is a Meilenweit yarn as well, with cotton in. It's a cotton flamingo stretch, or flamingo cotton stretch, or something like that. It's quite thread-like when you knit it, but now it does feel okay. I haven't worn them yet, because it was way too warm to wear socks last week. and it will be next week as well, I guess. But I really liked knitting on them. I call them my candy socks because I think they're candy colored. So with a lot of pink and blues, and this is the ruffle on the top. So I really like them, and I hope to wear them soon. So let's see. So those are my finished objects. Time to talk about whips, about the works in progress. In my opinion, I don't have a lot this time, but it's because I only will show you the active whips, and as you can see, I was really focusing on finishing those 4 items, which has taken a while, of course. So that's why I might not have that many whips that I'm showing you, although I have more than enough whips. But I will only show you those that have gotten some love from me. And the first thing is one for my husband. I'm just going to look. This is a Northland sweater from Petite Knit for my husband. It's made in 3 strands of Holst Coast held together, 2 of these lighter ones and 1 darker one. And we both really like the effect it creates with the yarn. Last time I was at my chocolate piece, so I finished the yoke and a little bit of the body already. Especially the yoke, it was a lot of stitches at the end, so yeah, that has taken me a little while. Those sleeves and shoulders are quite special because you have like 3 parts. You have the part that creates this square, then you have increases on the sleeves, and then you have the raglan increases underneath. And I think, especially because my husband has the biggest size from this pattern, which is XXL, so I do think that's because that is a bigger yoke, of course. It's more interesting to have a yoke in 3 parts because it's not just like knitting raglan increases. So I really appreciate that way. And I didn't take a picture of it, but he tried it on just before I split for sleeves. And it's really nice on his shoulder with this square part actually. So I'm really looking forward to knit further on this. And I might, because the threads are tangled anyway, so I will most likely cut them and then rejoin to do first the neckline. And then afterwards I will continue on the body. So I think it's awesome to see this one grow. It won't be finished anytime soon because I still have a lot of knitting to go, but I really like knitting on it. The Holst Coast is really my most favorite yarn so far to knit with for sweaters because although it feels a little bit dry, I still love the feeling of it, so that's great. And then I've casted on something I promised already a long time ago to cast on, which is, oh, just a moment, I'm stuck in some other needles. Okay, here I have it. This is the Felix Cardigan from Savory Knitting, and as you can see I've split for sleeves as well. I have done a little bit of the body, and the thing that is special about this pattern is the the lace pattern on the raglan. You cannot see it really well when I'm wearing it like this, but I think if I would wear a light or a bright colored top underneath this cardigan, that you would be able to see it. The yarn is a combination of Knitting for Olive double soft merino and drops brushed alpaca silk. So the Knitting for Olive double soft merino is a discontinued yarn. So I bought it because the recommended needle size was 4.5, and I thought it would be perfect to make a cumulus blouse from a knit pro girl with it. But then I've got it and I thought already, this will pull a lot. It doesn't seem to be a sturdy yarn. And then I heard other podcasters say that you cannot use this alone, that you really need to use a second thread with it. So at first I was disappointed, but then I was looking around for another threads to combine it, and I chose this black brushed alpaca, which also gives a really nice effect, I think. I'm really loving the effect of both yarns together, and I'm looking forward to finish this as well. So So another whip. I'm hoping to finish this soon. I knit it on 7mm needles, so it's quite fast. And then I have 2 sock whips. Just one moment before they're tangled and everything. Like, yep. Okay. So this is a broken rope sock in cotton yarn from Sachenmayer. Last time I was here, so I did finish one sock, but it's really labor of love because I knit them on my Haya DPNs, which are really sharp, and the thread is also like more thread-like and not yarny-like. So I really will be so happy when they are finished, and I hope to finish them soon because they are for my husband. So I might just give them some love tonight after I film this, and I will edit and upload this. So I think they will get some love really soon. And then another work in progress, also a sock, is this one, and this one is flying off the needles if you compare it with the other one. This is a pure vanilla sock with some invented detail of myself, like some knits and pearls. I don't know why I did that, but this is opal yarn, Ocean Blue Lagoon. I love the color, I love the feeling of the yarn. I only have to do a little bit of the foot and the toe of the first sock, and then I can start the second sock. I'm knitting these on Adi sock wonder, and I think for just plain vanilla socks that will be my preferred way of knitting them, because yeah, it's just knit without thinking. I love him. So yeah, he could just choose whatever size cuff he wanted, whatever length of the leg he wanted. So it's just, I casted on 64 stitches and I tried something, so that's nice. Okay, those are my whips. Time to go to future plans. Okay, I have a basket full of future plans, and I even have more, but yeah. Ta-da! Okay, first thing is something special because I didn't crochet it myself, but my husband's grandma did, and then she stopped crocheting and she gifted this to us, and now I will finish it. So these are crocheted cushion covers. She has 2. I still have to weave in the ends. And then I will combine it with some grey fabric in my stash, and I will make cushion covers that have this beautiful crocheting at the front and then the fabric at the back. So that's my plan with those. I want to do that this weekend. So I will just put them aside. So that's actually a plan, but it's not really knitting related. And then I have this, which is durable socks in grey, and I will just show you the pattern I want to make with it. Just a second. And by looking in my basket I realize I still have to go downstairs to pick up some other plants, but I will do that in a minute. So I will make those mini cable socks for my husband in this grey yarn. I think it's also nice because you have some interest at the leg and then you have plain vanilla knitting, so I think it will be nice as well. And then the last plan I have here, for the other I will just stand up and go and pick it up, is this one. It's from Atelier Wolbeest basic sock. I had a club for 3 months, but because I live in Belgium and not in the Netherlands, I've got them all 3 together at the end of June. And this is the, I don't know if it says, the May one. It's with purple and yellow. And I have a stitch marker, which is a little thing. Yeah, here you have it. So I'm really looking forward to use it and to try it on, and to see how this yarn feels. I will just make some plain vanilla socks with them because I really enjoy the plain vanilla ones I'm making for my husband, so that's nice as well. And this yarn dyer will be present at Knit and Knot, so I will be able to meet her, which is really nice. And I also heard like it's a company that has a lot of bases, and this is the basic sock. But she also has BFL, cotton, I think. So she does have a really lot of different bases. So we'll go there and I will see if I can get one of the other bases to try. Because since I had the accident with the yarn from Julia, I will avoid to have a lot of the same base without already have worn the socks, but we'll see. I'm already looking forward to meet her anyway, so. And I will now go and pick up the other plan. Okay, I'm back. So as you already know, I'm following an Italian knitter on YouTube, and she has a knit along called Le Knit Along, where you can just knit actually patterns of the knit. And I will make the Dahlia cardigan. Just 1 second. And I will combine this alpaca from Drops with this Drops Kid Silk Mohair, which is then a beige and beige blue color. And this will fit perfectly with these buttons, who also have beige and blue. So I really look forward to cast this one on as well. So we'll see where I can get, because I have a lot of plans. And I have a test knit coming up for the Cosmo cardigan of Ras Knitwear, of which I cannot show you the yarn because I didn't buy it yet. So we'll see where I get. It's just fun, and if I don't finish this Le Knit cardigan on time for the knit along, well, it will be like what it is. I will finish it later on, but I will of course give priority to the test knit. So those are my plans. I do have some other things to show you, and it's because I was cleaning a closet in our hallway, because tomorrow we will move that closet out, because it's a really old one we inherited from my parents and I don't like it. It's too big for what it is. You cannot really easily pass by, and it's quite big, but at the same time it doesn't give a lot of storage. So we will buy a new one. We have bought a new one. I only have to put it together. So I was taking everything out of it, and we had some hats, shawls, etc. And I did find my very first knit ever, actually. This is a call I made for my husband. It's just garter stitch seamed together by my mom, and this is it, actually. I think for the very first time, I will just put it this way, it's quite a neat thing, I guess. So this is it. In the same yarn, later on I made some mittens as well. I have absolutely no idea what pattern the mittens are. They have holes, like where I increased for the thumb. They didn't gather a lot of wear, but he doesn't want to throw them away. They're for my husband. Yeah, so these are my first mittens, and that made me realize I really have to make some more mittens for myself. So I will do that as well someday. And then I have something else I did find back. This is made by my grandma. It's a shawl, it's a scarf, and it's a braid with a lot of things and pom-poms, so I just put it on. I don't wear it that much anymore, but I cannot throw it away because it's so nice. She has put a lot of work in it, and it's so fluffy, and yeah, I might just wear it more next winter. We'll see. It was in the back of the cupboard, so we'll see about that. So those were a few of my older things from the cupboard. I will just take my notebook to see that I didn't forget to tell you anything, which I most likely have. Of course I have. Okay, so of course I have podcast recommendations, and I would really recommend Magda Knits. It's a Polish girl, I believe, that is based in the UK. I really like her style and the things she makes. She also uses quite affordable yarn, which is also important. So please go and have a look at her podcast. I didn't catch up with all of her most recent ones because I started from the very first one. So I think I'm already like 1 year behind or something, but she seemed to be really nice. And then another thing was on Instagram, I asked you if you had any questions for me that I needed to answer in the podcast. And the one I got was, what is your most favorite sock yarn? So, well, my most favorite one so far is Tokyo from Katja, but it was limited and it's not for sale anymore. You might still find it in some shops, like I did find it a few months ago in a shop in Mechelen, which doesn't have a web shop, so like just a old-fashioned old-fashioned yarn shop actually. So, well, I was thinking what my other most favorite yarn was, and I think I can come with two so far. So I have the hand-dyed yarn of Ginger and Thyme, but I have only worn the socks once, so it's not really easy to say if it will keep being my most favorite one or not. But the other one is Regia Sachenmayer, the Perfect I used and I made for my husband. I will pop a picture because I cannot show you the socks because they are on his feet. It's 25 degrees and he's wearing his wool socks. I don't understand, but he is. So I will pop a picture here of them. While knitting, they felt really similar to the Katja Tokyo socks. And he has worn them quite a lot recently, I think 4 or 5 times, which is a lot in summer, I guess. And they didn't shrink, they didn't felt yet. So I think that would be my most favorite so far, that I can really say that is also staying like it should after a while. So that's my most favorite so far. And then another question I asked was, what do you think is an important feature to what is important for a web shop to be recommended by you? And most of you were really saying like they have to have yarn that you cannot find anywhere else, or like the same style as you do. And I do agree that like most shops I did find because I was looking for a special yarn, but for me it's actually more important that they have a really good service, that you can contact them, that they're willing to do their really best to help you. It's not that I expect like unreasonable stuff, but like there's sometimes trouble with receiving packages, so it's always nice if you can contact them and see if you can work out a solution together. So that's actually my opinion on web shops. And that's all I wanted to say today. I have no idea how long this is. I don't think it's a really long one. I usually don't make really long ones. So I would say thank you for listening. It was 4 weeks now since I've done an episode, and it most likely will be again 4 weeks before I do a normal episode. But I'm going to the Knit and Knot Fair, and I will try to make a special episode later that week. More vlog style one, but I don't know if it will work or if I will just do some static images there and see what I can make of it. I have a subscription for a workshop for yarn dyeing. I'm really looking forward to that. It's quite a small fair if I look at the amount of people present, but I think it will be fun, and better a small one because my budgets shouldn't be too big than compared to a bigger fair. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to tell you more about it next week. And thank you for watching, and please, if you have done that, and please subscribe if you haven't done it before, and give me a like or a comment. I'm really loving to read all your comments. Thank you!